All right, hi guys. So this is the walkthrough for the circumference and area worksheet. So this should go pretty quick. We should not take a lot of time on this because this should all be reviewed from middle school. Um, so we want to calculate the radius of the circle. They're telling us that's the circumference, right? C is the circumference. So circumference, we know the formula is 2 pi r. 2 pi r. Right, so all we're going to do here is substitute in what we know. We have the circumference, so we're going to substitute that in. So 4.2, and that's going to equal 2 pi r. And then we want to get r by itself, so we need to divide both sides by 2 pi. So we're going to divide by 2 pi. So we're going to be left with r on one side equals 4.2 divided by 2 pi. Not 2.pi, just 2 pi. Right, and then we can put that in our calculator. So go over to our calculator, which should have been up, but I was unprepared. And we're going to do 4.2 divided by 2 pi. So 4.2 divided by, make sure we use the parentheses, 2 times pi, or you could probably just do 2 pi either way. Close your parentheses, hit enter, and it says 0.668, so that's about 0.67, 0.67. Millimeters is going to be your radius for the circle. Okay, your radius, right? And then that's giving you your circumference, right? 2, we want to find the diameter. We know the radius is 3.6. The diameter is simply twice the radius, so you would just do 3.6 times 2. Okay, 3, we want the area of a circle. We know area of a circle equals pi r squared. Okay. Pi r squared. All right, they're giving us the diameter. We want the radius, so we know the radius is half the diameter, so we're going to need to divide that by 2 first to get the radius. So our radius would be 4.9 meters. We can then take that, substitute it in for our radius to solve our area. Remember that your area is going to be squared, right? It's a 2-dimensional space, so you're going to be using whatever units you have here squared. So in this case, your answer will be in meters squared. Right. Diameter of the circle 6.1. Find the circumference. So again, they are giving us the diameter. You need the radius, so you're going to have to divide that number by 2 in order to find the radius, and then you can substitute it in to find the circumference. 5, they're giving you the radius. You need the diameter. You know the diameter is twice the radius, so you're simply going to have to multiply this number by 2. 6, the radius of a circle is 5.6. Calculate the circumference. So that's just a matter of putting it into the formula. Same thing for 7. It's literally the same question. 8, you want the diameter. Diameter is twice the radius. Okay. This one's a little different. So we know area equals pi r squared. So your area is 8.3. Right, we want the diameter. We know the diameter is twice the radius. So if we can find the radius, we'll be able to substitute it in and find the diameter. So here you would divide both sides by pi. Right, so 8.3 divided by pi is going to be 2.64. Right, and those pi's cancel, so is r squared. And then to get rid of a square, you got to take the square root of both sides. So we want the square root of 2.64. So square root of our answer is going to be 1.63. Right, is approximately our radius, which we can then substitute in here, multiply it by 2. Right, that would be 3.26. 3.251. Okay. And the units here would have been millimeters. Okay. 10, calculate the circumference. So again, you need radius, so you got to find the radius first by dividing that in 2. Diameter is another easy one. Area of the circle, we want to find its radius. So again, you have area equals pi r squared. You can substitute in your area. So it's 1.8 equals pi r squared. And you're solving for r like we just did. Okay, same thing for 13, except once you find the radius, you need to multiply by 2 to get the diameter. Okay, you have a circumference here. They want the area. Right, so you're going to have to plug in your circumference. So 4.3 equals 2 pi r. You want the radius, so you got to divide both sides by 2 pi. Right? And then whatever you get here, 4.3 divided by 2 pi for your radius, you then need to substitute it in for the radius over here in the area equation to get the area. 15 is reverse. So they give you the area. Right, 1.2 equals pi r squared divided by pi divided by pi. And when you find the radius here, you can then plug it in, substitute it into your circumference formula to find the circumference. Okay, calculate the radius. Right, you have the area, you're finding radius. You have diameter, you need to divide by 2 to get the radius to find the circumference. Area of the circle, again, you got to find the radius first and then the diameter. Find the radius first, then the diameter. And then here you have the radius, you're just plugging that in or substitute that into the equation. Okay, so all those are pretty easy, pretty straightforward, but let me know if you have any questions or need any further assistance.